All right, let's go over these questions. For problems 9 to 13, choose the letter of the correct situation and then explain that one is the answer to the question. Number 9, which of the following statements shows a relationship that is correlated but not causal or to cause? The amount of rainfall received and the level of water in the lake. Doesn't matter. Rainfall cause water in the lake. Yes, it does. The number of lights left on each day and the amount of the electric bill. My kids leave the lights on. My electric bill is higher. Yes, because I'm paying based on electricity. So that's a cause. The increase of warmth, sunny days, and the number of ice cream trucks visible. I think this one here is just a relationship or correlation. Let's look at that next one. The number of hours worked and how much money is made. So number of hours worked, does it cause how much money you make? That is, yes, that is a direct cause and effect. So C. Just because it's sunny outside doesn't mean there's more ice cream vendors. Maybe they know it's the end of the Laker season or a sports event and they're all outside, and because they know there's a lot of people. That doesn't necessarily mean it's based on the weather. It could just be strictly based on an event. Question number 10. Which of the following statements shows a relationship that is correlated but not causal? Okay, so we're looking for things that are correlated, but you can just really look for, there should be one that's correlated, but 3 of them that are by causes. A, the number of tardies to class and the number of detentions received. So my class, if you're late to class, tardy, then you will get a detention. That is causal, that is not a correlation. The season of the year and the number of water-related injuries or deaths. Okay. This one looks like a correlation to me. Let's go through the other ones. As the temperature rises, right, so 100 degrees, the more mercury in a thermometer will expand and rise. So thermometer measures the temperature, so this one looks like a cause. D, the larger dimensions of a rectangular patio, like you're outside, where you guys sit outside and hang out, the more square footage it will be. So if you increase the dimensions, will it be a bigger place to hang out? Yes. So the correct answer would be B. Maybe it doesn't matter if it's a cold season or a warm season. You're thinking, well, does this, like the summer, you're normally thinking like the summer, and then a lot of people are swimming and there's a lot of deaths. One is like, it doesn't really matter, and then there's just I don't know, you throw a lot of bread and there's a lot of sharks out there because they're attracted by seals and the sharks eat everybody, right? It's not based on the season. Number 11, which of the following statements shows a causal relationship and not just a correlated one? So only one's going to be a cause. An individual's decision to work in construction and his diagnosis of skin cancer. So you're thinking maybe in construction they're working outside and then you're exposed to the sun, so you get a skin cancer. I think there's a correlation, but it doesn't cause, right? You can get skin cancer because maybe it's hereditary. A decrease in temperature, so we'll just think like 40 degrees outside, and an increase attendance in an ice skating rink. So if it's cold outside, it doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to be inside or outside at a skating rink. It's kind of foreign to us. But let's look at the other ones. Again, we're trying to find one that has a cause. As a child's weight increases, so does his vocabulary. So maybe you're thinking as they get older, they get vocabulary. But this one just says weight-wise. Some kids don't gain weight, but they can increase in vocabulary words. So I think that one's just a correlation. I also think this one as well because, hockey season, I know very little about NHL, but NHL is during summertime. So even if it's hot outside, maybe people just want to go to the ice skating rink to play just because it's a cool sport. All right, let's take a look at this one. D, the number of minutes spent on exercising and the amount of calories burned. Does this cause this? Yes. If you spend 60 minutes exercising or shooting the basketball, you're going to burn more calories. Okay? Number 11, there it is. D is your answer. And let's look at the last one here, number 12. Which statement below might be caused by this statement, the more the furnace runs, then blank. Okay, the furnace is something in your car or your house, something in this problem is something in your house that blows hot air, heat. So when it's cold in my house, I turn on the furnace and it warms up our house. So why would you turn on the furnace? Well, if the furnace is on to make an area warmer, is it because the less time individuals spend outside? Maybe this implies, again, the context is hard, that maybe we don't live in an area that's super cold, like I'm talking about, like you stand outside, your nose freezes, or your snot freezes. It says the less time individuals spend outside. Well, if I turn it on, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's cold outside, or people don't want to spend time outside. B, the longer you will have to let your car heat up when you start in the morning. Again, it's kind of like, well, why would you need your car to heat up? Maybe because it's cold outside, but I'm not sure it causes that. Okay, the more the furnace runs, the colder it is outside. Again, you're trying to think of like Antarctica, it's like snowing. Does that imply, do I want to run that more? Maybe. It causes me to run it more if it is colder outside. And the more the furnace runs, the warmer the house becomes. You know, that doesn't necessarily mean I have to run the furnace to make my house warm. It could just be the summertime. So the answer here is the more the furnace runs, the colder it is outside. So, you know, if it's in the middle of February and our windows have ice on it, you're going to have to run the furnace quite a bit of time. You're going to run it more because it is colder outside. Hopefully that was helpful. See you guys.
Hello, man. You don't like